Hello, everybody. My name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from the top 8 of the Seattle System Open.
And we have a doozy for you today. I tell you what, wow, my mic was really close to my mouth. I'm Ryan Farmer from the Minus Squadron podcast, teaming up with the Golds, with Gold Squadron.
That's right. Gold Knox.
Gold Knox coming in, and man, I have been trying to get this one squad that Andy Myers is running right now on stream all day yesterday. Dion said, "Nah, it's not time. He's too good. He's undefeated. I don't want the variety." But now he kept winning. Dion cannot deny me any longer.
No, you're correct. Well, we have completed the Septfecta.
That is correct. And we have, look at this, Andy Myers running 3 Red Squadron experts with Heroic and Jess Pava. This was something we mentioned on our Resistance Breakdown last week or 2 weeks ago or something. And, man, it is so cool to see this squad in action going against Patrick S. running a known entity, Anakin in the Delta B with R4 Astro. Make note, that's not the regen mech. That is R4 for blue turns to shed that stress.
Look at my blue 1 hearts.
That's right. Yeah,
they're really good.
Look at them. They're really good. Mace Windu with R4P17 and 2 Gold Squadron Troopers. So this is an archetype, but the upgrades have been shifted off. Patrick opting for, you know what, I don't need that regen. I don't need it. Hey, Dion, do you want to go over what R4P17 does for Patrick?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely a droid that we don't see too often. So let's go ahead and just read the card text
but it is really good.
We know what's going on. So it has 2 charges on it, non-recurring. Yep. After you fully execute a red maneuver, you may spend 1 charge to perform an action, even while stressed. So the synergy here with Mace Windu, when Mace Windu, his ability says when you perform a red maneuver, you gain force back. So now with that droid, Mace has the ability to do things like be at 2 force, do a K-turn or a sloop, get the force back, do a target lock, fully modified shot.
Sure. He's got a lot of options here, and he can do it twice a game, and I'm really interested to see how Andy is able to potentially deal with these Jedi. We've seen on stream before that these kinds of lower initiative squads can have issues dealing with it. If I'm Andy, again, you take what shots you can, you keep your group in a block. This is just going to be formation flying all day for Andy because Jess allows you once around to get a reroll for any of your friendly ships or herself.
Yep.
And, you know, if Patrick doesn't have regen.
Yeah.
And that's the big equalizer
here, right?
That's
huge.
And so Andy definitely has an opportunity to lay some serious pain into anything that is silly enough to end up in the arcs of Andy's 4 T-70s. And these T-70s with Heroic are deceptively tanky. He's got 3 Heroics in the squad. That procs on defense about 9% of the time, I think, in that range. I could be wrong on that math. I can't quite remember. But the amount of rolls that he'll be having with these Red Squadron experts on defense, I would not be surprised to see a few Heroic procs in the game. Whether or not the Heroic is beneficial to you on the reroll is another story, right? How often it really legitimately helps you. We've had these debates have happened endlessly.
It's 1 point and it's insurance.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you know, you're going to 200 anyway. There's no better use of those 1 points unless you wanted to drop crack on 3 of those instead, which is a legitimate debate. Like crack shot versus Heroic is something that you could debate in a squad like this, right? But I do think that over the course of as many shots as you're taking with them, it could potentially pay off insurance-wise for it. So we're seeing Andy, I would expect to just see him maintain his formation flying. Yeah. Probably how it got him here, and he'll just keep it going and keep his arcs wide. And
he's stepping on the gas here.
Yeah.
4 forward boost to the opening turn. Wouldn't be surprised to see another 4 forward boost
He
here.
wants to get in space, right? Yep. He wants to get in space. And you know what else he has? Sorry, wrong color.
You're good.
He also has the final salvo advantage because the Delta 7 doesn't give you that extra die in the salvo.
Right, exactly, because in final salvo, it simply applies to what's on your pilot card.
Correct.
And that's it.
And the other big thing is any individual one of these Red Squadron experts is more expensive than half Anakin. So in an endgame scenario, a full Red Squadron expert or Jess is worth more than half Anakin.
Yep. And before we go too far, I do want to say thank you so much to our round sponsor, Paw Creatives. Use coupon code Seattle2019 for 20% off of your acrylic game token needs. If you need templates, if you need tokens, especially these large tokens, if you are into streaming or just think they're cool, they include that. And there's no minimum is the biggest thing. If you're just looking for a couple things, this is your chance, guys. It's the largest coupon he ever does. Here's your opportunity. Go ahead and support him, which supports us and gets you cool stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about here the positioning that Patrick is doing. This is really smart.
That's aggressive,
You're doing
but it's getting behind
You're
there.
doing a wide, like, here's the thing. If Mace is able to come around this way and get behind them, or maybe undercut this way, but get the wide flank, right, the pincer, that means Patrick's like, okay, I got to turn around now and deal with Mace, or I keep going and Mace is going to be messing with me here, right? And all the while, if you commit this way, Mace is getting at you from behind. If you do turn around, these golds go, okay, boop, and then the golds start, and then Anakin just sort of chills, right?
Right.
And Anakin will wait until the dust settles a little bit. Maybe Mace takes a couple hits. Maybe the golds are gone. Once the golds are gone, like if these guys go away, but then he's taken 2 of these guys out, and it's just these 2 here, then you've got 2 guys left versus 2. Like, he'll take that. He'll take a half Mace and a full Anakin versus like a Jess and a T-70.
All right. What I would have loved to see the reaction of somebody just turning on the stream right as you were in the middle of that. What is going on?
Boom.
And that's how you win a game.
And that's how you win X-Wing, Dion. You roll dice and you get more hits than the other guy, and that's how you win.
Yep.
I'm not sure how far that was into Rick or how much that was into John Madden.
I like it both. Now, if you haven't participated in our stream poll, it's very easy to do. 1 for Andy, 2 for Patrick. You simply type one of those numbers in the chat, and it participates in our poll. Who do you think is going to go ahead and win this game? It's a fun way to participate.
All right. The other thing that, again, Patrick has to engage at some point because the salvo is not in his favor at all. So Andy knows this. Honestly, would not be surprised to see some K-turns from Andy on this turn either, because that still keeps you flexible from keeping people from coming this way.
Right.
You know, if he's got his ships facing this way, that means he's got the flexibility on these areas. So Mace can, if he comes here or here, you're still pointing all of your guns. It's kind of like when we're talking about 4 Phantoms. He wants space.
Right.
Like, and you got all this space in here. And if he's able to keep the most of the primary engagements in open area, that reduces the amount of obstruction bonuses that these Jedi are getting. And in addition to that, it just means that he's got more room to move his brick.
Yes, absolutely. Man, I'm curious to see which turnaround maneuver he does here, because there's also merit to the Talon roll. A group Talon roll here, you go all the way back. You'd have space with the rock there.
I'm a little worried about doing a group Talon roll in this particular moment, only because the mustache is kind of messy here. It's not enough space. I do think the 4K gives you.
I like the 4K goes a little deeper into the corner.
Yeah.
I just think that it also opens up your right side to Mace because you're still so low.
Sure.
At the bottom of the board.
Yeah. I just worry, again, if I'm Mace, Patrick's got to play this a little cagey. He's got the superior positioning. We talk about jousting squads versus positioning squads, right?
Right.
And Andy's squad is a jousting squad, and Patrick's squad is a positioning squad. So in order to even the odds on that, you have to make sure that, hey, go figure, you have superior positioning, right? And so in that sort of situation, you don't want to be undercutting lanes when you've got a pincer. You want to keep going wide. So if he undercuts here, that means he's committed to being in this area. And if these guys turn in, or if they kind of go in this spot in a K turn, then there's not a lot of room for Mace to escape. If he goes way wide here, a lot more room to not only escape, but
there's the 4K. I like the 4K,
Yeah,
and if he thinks that Mace isn't coming in there, should be fine. Actually, seeing the 4K is actually super fine. And, you know, Andy giving himself this opportunity by opening so fast.
Yes, exactly.
Controlling that side of the board there, and not opening himself up to a flank. Because if he would have been even even I would say 2 to 3 speed
Yes.
lower in the board.
Yeah, it would be in a rougher
that's a
spot.
really hard spot to be in.
And this is what we call flipping the board.
Yep.
Where you're able to move to the other side of the your engagement area, right? Because the rock setup, the turn 0 doesn't behoove you. Nice 2 sloop there by Mace to
Yep. Non-committal, very 50-50 right here.
Exactly, yeah. And that means Andy, again, is controlling all the space. So now, doesn't this sort of look like a 4 Phantom thing here? Obviously, he doesn't have as much flexibility,
Right.
And he doesn't have the jukes and all that stuff, but he can do 1 banks next turn, clear all that stress. Suddenly, when he does all these 1 banks
It's
or
a
2
huge
banks,
arc,
look at that.
yes.
He's got coverage on anything on the list, and the flexibility that if Mace were to go this way, he's all the flexibility of
He can
wherever
crash in on any corner
Patrick
he wants
goes,
to go.
he can crash in for his shotgun blast on something. That's right.
Confetti.
Yay! And you do have to be careful. Again, the no regen makes this really, really interesting to me. Anakin does have a little better, maneuverability. I think that R4 Astro allows him to do a lot of slooping and. Sorry, Dino just missed his mouth with an orange slice. I think Patrick's bread and butter has probably been getting up close, K-turning behind, or slooping behind, right? And Andy, that's been Patrick's kind of go-to because of how good these Jedi are when they flip around. They can outposition most things in the game that way. Andy wants to keep the board edge as his friend, right? They can't come from this angle.
Right.
Can't come from this angle right now. The more he moves up, the more that becomes a possibility. But if you are able to bank like this, you open yourself up for anybody who's coming this way. He can hard turn and wreck them here. It's I do really like the positioning of where both players are at the moment. And
yeah, and neither of them have committed to each other, right? Where this is still the dance.
Yeah,
very,
absolutely.
very much still the dance.
Sure.
And I think this turn, okay, so it looks like we might actually have an engagement, not this turn, but maybe the following. I do like the split for the Torrents at the top of the board.
I do too, and Patrick is going to try to provide Andy with some difficult choices.
Yep.
Right. He's going to move this torrent. I would not be surprised to see this torrent barrel roll this way. He's going to evade, but just you want to push the torrent down this way because there's that bank I was talking about.
There's the one bank, yes.
You want to because you want Andy to think, okay, if you want to kill my torrent, you have to point your entire squad this way, and in order, you could destroy him, sure, but you have to sacrifice a ton of positioning to do that, which is why I would have liked the barrel roll there, but that's fine too. I'm trying to exit out the drawing stuff. But Andy's
Some
gonna
massive man hands.
Yeah, right. Gross.
All right, so there's the one bank. Lots of arc coverage.
And now he gets to see where the Jedi are. And the best thing that Patrick can do is
Two bank. May says, "I don't want to play yet.
I'm not ready to play quite yet."
But I want to talk about Anakin's positioning here, right? Because with Mace going towards the top of the board,
Anakin might go fast.
Right, exactly. With the two Torrents, you got Patrick starting to fill this gap and giving Andy that choice, right?
Yeah.
And Anakin really has tons of cover here.
Yep.
Right. They're small rocks, but it prevents Andy from doing something like 4 straight boosts, which, seeing Andy play, he lacks himself some 4 straight boosts. It's kind of give him the choice. All right, he can one bank again, kind of have 50-50, have shots on response there, but Anakin has the flank. It totally opens up the flank there.
Absolutely. And, Mace, the reason I like Patrick, what he was doing on his setup is because he gave himself the flexibility with Mace. If there wasn't a K-turn from Andy there, if Andy did continue to go this way on the board, Mace was going to be the flanker. But now, and it looks like Andy's going to engage all his forces this way, and with that much heat, Patrick's going to engage all his forces this way. With that much heat,
fine-tune control boost fail there.
Oh, got it. Okay. With that much
focus at action.
Andy has no choice but to engage this way, which allows for a different flanker to come in, which is Anakin. However, it looks like here that Anakin might be, maybe a barrel roll to his right.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
Just setting up the flank.
Yep.
or even just bait. All right, bait
That's the
hard.
thing.
If Andy
It's the trap.
if Andy's like, well, okay, I can get green in the channel, and maybe if I kind of bank in and boost, and all of a sudden you're shooting without mods, possibly breaking up the formation there.
Anakin
Could be
is
bad
and
news.
always has been the trap in these kinds of squads, right? And that's why the torrents are there too, because the torrents actually can provide a little bit of firepower
Right.
against these T70s, because two dice on 2 dice, they can chip, and they are sort of the weakest. Two torrents is so strong. And Andrew Lordson also made cut with something similar to this with Wolf,
Yep.
and we talked about the kind of the advantages and disadvantages of Wolf versus 2 torrents. But yeah, I think that if I'm Andy here, right,
Uh-huh.
I just one bank with them again.
Yeah, I think that's
Actually,
your
you know
best.
what? Actually, you know what? No, I 2-bank. I 2-bank
Get a
because
little more distance in
yeah,
the
well, I
face.
want these. I 2-bank because I want these guys here to have the flexibility to get around this rock the next turn. So I 2-bank here, and that way you open up the 3 hards next turn to get in this lane if you have to be there, right?
Right.
And it also, you want your opening engage with these guys ideally to not be range 3 shots.
Right, and you want to make sure all 4 have shots.
And
This
in
is
addition,
huge.
those 2-banks put you in a spot where you make Mace think, right? And you want to keep this back row in a position where maybe further away, if you do the 2-banks the next turn, you want to make sure that Mace doesn't have an opportunity to get a 5K behind you, that you're continuing to block those 5K turns. So maybe it is 1-banks this turn and then 1 forwards the turn after to keep it cagey with Mace being able to do a 5K behind you, because you want to clog up this area so Mace gets all bumped
Right.
and in that situation, because Mace does not want to be bumped range 1 of 3 of those T70s.
No, thank you. Man, especially with the Delta title, losing that die
Sure.
is big.
Yeah. And then again, Andy's just like we've talked about with 4 Phantoms.
Yep.
You want to get your block
Yes.
in a position where no matter what, you're going to get 4 shots on something, especially at this stage in the game.
And in the opening, your goal is just to delete something.
Exactly.
Whatever is there, it must die.
You just delete something, and we talk a lot about target priority, right? But with these types of squads, they're not. Sure, Anakin's a target priority. Sure, Mace is a target priority. But really, your target priority is what your opponent decides.
Exactly.
Andy's going to take what Patrick serves up to him.
Exactly, and that's discussed a lot when you talk about what are they going to give to me?
Yeah.
What are they going to give?
I think if I'm Patrick, I don't think Andy's going to take my Anakin bait. So I think that it's hard to see if Anakin is going to clip that rock. Can I move this, Dion?
that one's not a touchscreen.
No, yeah. Can we just slide that over? Yeah, Anakin seems pretty good. You could probably do a 2 forward with Anakin. Torrent's going slow.
Yep.
Pretty smart.
So with that move, and barrel rolling back,
Giving
evading.
Mace space.
Yep.
Mace space. Yep.
And that also makes it so if Andy did do those
Yep.
1-banks, that's probably going to be out of range, just
Yep.
short.
Wouldn't be surprised. We might see a focus from this torrent, but I would actually barrel roll with the torrent, because if you barrel roll this way, next turn you can bank. Oh well, I guess barrel roll that way is fine too.
Yeah.
Keeping your arc, nothing wrong with keeping your
Yep.
arcs tight.
All right, and those are 2 banks. All right, we're gonna have some action
2 banks.
here.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna close down the poll. Looks like we're sitting at 50-50 practically.
Man, that is
Patrick,
close.
a small lead. A small lead. We'll see what happens.
If Patrick were to do a 2 forward with Anakin here, it'd be cool because he'd be able to get like some nice free shots there.
Yep.
And remember what I said about this 2-bank? It gives these back guys flexibility as well. Also, if Mace decides to do a 2 hard in or something, it has potential to block the 5K. But probably not. If Mace goes here, 5K probably puts him somewhere in here.
Yeah, he should be all right if he did that.
Yeah.
All right, there's the 2-bank. Now, the wide set that Andy put the T70s in does keep that pink one quite a bit far back.
Yep. And Mace is just bugging out.
Yeah, I'm out. No, thank
or
you.
K-turning, yeah.
5K.
That's fine.
And he still has tons of options to get out of that.
Absolutely.
The 1-bank probably fits to the right and be able to barrel roll boost around that rock
Just
on the other
keeping
side
those bait options.
if he needs to.
He used a charge from R4P17 to get a boost for positioning purposes. I don't know if I like that boost there, if I'm being totally honest.
The boost in, I actually was kind of.
I don't like it because he's a better bait position where he was before. There's a 2 forward for Mannequin.
I think he's just trying to make sure Mace has shots.
I think
they're
so,
going
too.
in on green.
Sure, absolutely, right. You want to make sure Mace has shots. However, now Mace is pretty locked in on where he's going. Sure, he could turn out this way next turn, but he's locked into the engage. When he's here, he becomes a bait piece because you could easily just 5 forward and boogie out with him next turn, too.
Right. All right, so we go ahead, fine-tune control barrel roll. And target lock for his action.
Yeah, they're going after green. Checking out. We got a nudge with pink. That's important too. They got to keep. He's got to keep his guys in formation as much as possible.
I think that's supposed to be a little farther forward. That's gonna matter. Well, I mean, it's.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about that.
Anakin's also now locked into, he won't be able to boogie out this way with a hard turn.
Yeah.
So he's engaged, either got to go this way or this way next turn too.
Yeah.
You always got to keep that in mind. Like what are the main options your opponent will be able to go when
I think that the 3 bank is a good move for Anakin next turn.
Just deciding which token to use for Anakin's lock. G for Gannikin. Gannikin Guywalker. Oh, D for Darth Vader.
There is an A in the pile.
Dankikin.
D for Darth. Darth Vader. Here we go. Range 3, there's going to be 3 on 3.
Yep.
Has 2 force available on the shot.
Ooh.
And debate here.
Yeah, spend
He's
that
going to
lock.
spend the lock on everything.
That's the correct call because you're likely.
And
Oh!
whiffs.
Oh, no heroic there for Anakin.
Nope.
Oh, sad.
All right. Andy likes seeing that. Taking
Yeah,
no
he
damage
does.
on the first
Yeah,
shot.
that is big.
That probably means that C70 is going to live.
Yeah.
Mace checking his options there. Range 3 into green.
Only the 3
He's
3 force.
3 force on this one.
Or 2 force. Oh, no, 3 force still. Yep. 1.
Yep, average there.
Yeah, so he's firing into green there. Oh, tough call. I think you take the shield. It's just 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to keep that mod because green's got a really good shot. They don't like your dice, Dion.
Yeah, they giveth and they taketh away. Okay.
Sure they do, yeah. I've seen a lot of the natties from these dice, so.
It's like they even out. You know, we've seen
Yeah,
good stuff and bad
absolutely.
stuff.
All right, we're gonna see. He's gonna see what pink has. He probably has a range 3 on that.
He
torrent.
should have it on the torrent.
And if he does, I think everything goes into orange.
And I think we're going a judge check. That is the D-Yoon.
D thinks that he should have a range 3. He's just double checking. D saying, don't knock them all over. Okay, so that's a range 3 shot, and that means all 4 of these shots will probably be going into orange.
Yeah.
And if he can initiative kill orange there, that's
Just
a
take
great
something,
trade.
take something
Great
off the
trade,
board.
yeah. That's a
3
good start.
hits.
Then giveth and taketh away.
Yeah. He's going to be able to spend the evade.
He's not. He's going to take 2. I think he might spend that evade to mitigate a crit potentially.
All right.
And don't forget, he has a Jess reroll as well.
That's very true.
Yep. So yellow into orange, spend for a hit crit.
All right.
And he might end up spending the evade to mitigate this crit.
Oh,
that's a blank. That's a blank. Yep. No matter what, he's taking a crit.
Spends evade, 1 crit.
And that crit will be blinded.
Pilot. He doesn't have any
no
modifiers anyway.
consequences.
That's honestly not a big deal.
And take a look at the strategy here. When you have all ships of the same initiative, start with the back.
Yeah.
Because if he ends up killing this torrent with blue,
he's got more options.
He's got a really good shot with green on the next one.
Yep.
When you have ships of the same initiative, you always want to take the shots on the ship that has fewer options.
Yeah.
And then work your way towards the ships that have more options. Looks like Green is going before Jess.
All right.
So 2.
Just as a heavier hitter.
Oh, that's a dead torrent.
Gone. Off the table.
That was really rough. He didn't roll a lot of evades with that torrent. Those Patrick's dice below the median or the mean, the average.
Hold on a second. He actually forgot to roll the third dice on range 3.
Oof. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. I think that game state would have prevented his crit, though, but it's whatever. So now Green will... so he'll get a reroll here with Jess. They corrected the game state. Yeah, so as many buddies as he has range 1, he can reroll those dice. And now
almost.
He gets it. Now
he gets it.
Yeah.
Now that extra die mattered in the sense that Jess had to waste a shot to finish it.
Yep, absolutely.
Which, those torrents are only 25 points, right?
Sure.
So, not a terrible trade there.
And that torrent's going to go into Green, see if he can maybe lay on a couple more damage. 1. Green gets 2 dice. 1. So let's talk about what happened here. Andy traded a 1 shield on his T-70s for a Gold Squadron Trooper.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
That is a pretty decent trade there. And positioning-wise, now Patrick has to be wary because lots of options here with where Andy could go.
Yeah, like for Patrick's sake, I kind of wish he would have done a little bit more damage into one of these 2 T-70s. Obviously, the dice are completely out of his hands.
Sure.
It happens. And, Anakin having essentially a fully modified shot did nothing. Some variance hit there. But it gives him hard choices because he really doesn't have anything obvious that he's trying to take out. 1 shield isn't enough for you to be like, all right, that's my next target.
And Mace needs to clear that stress off if he wants to get his K turn in, so that really restricts his dial as well. Yeah, Anakin not doing any damage there is a real shame for Patrick.
Yep.
So Patrick's got to be careful here because, sure, he could come in with Anakin, right? But if Andy decides to do something like 2 hards all in here, I think a 2 hard hits that rock here. I would feel confident coming in with Anakin here. You gotta lay some pain on some of these guys. So I would do a 2 forward with Anakin. If it looks bad, you can barrel roll boost out this way and get away. And then so I don't go for Anakin. I don't go for the trap if I'm Andy.
Right.
If I'm Andy, I simply decide, you know what, that's not worth it. I think you just do maybe 1 forwards here with the whole group.
And see what Patrick gives you.
See what happens, yeah, because Mace, I think, could 2 hard away in that sort of situation, right? But if he 2 hards away with Mace, Mace is out of the fight for maybe another round after that.
Yeah, and
then you can just deal with like the torrent. You might not kill the torrent, but you can start getting some more damage into it.
But I don't know, I don't think Patrick would want to just leave. You don't want to just serve up 25 points because if you leave that torrent out there,
Agreed.
Andy's just gonna gobble it up and all right, now I have 50 points. Let's continue to play.
Sure.
Yeah,
no, I absolutely agree with you. But again, like what could Patrick do, or what could Andy do to no matter what ensure he has shots?
Right.
And don't forget that torrent moves first. So if I'm Patrick, I'm throwing that torrent in here and I'm messing up this formation. I'm gunking it up as much as I can. I'm doing a 2 bank if I can and just getting it in there and try and get some bumps in and everything. And if I'm Andy, I think 1 forwards might be fine. It's tough, but that's probably what I would go with at this point. Because I want to keep them in formation for as long as possible. You want to keep that brick.
Right.
We're getting close to the point where they're gonna break apart, but the longer the bricks together, the more advantageous Jess's ability is. And We know how good mods are. We know how good those rerolls are.
Yeah, all 4 of those ships together, it's like you got a space battering ram out
Yeah,
there.
exactly. I think a lot of players are potentially too willing to break up their formation.
Yeah.
When there's a benefit to the formation, right? Let's say Jess didn't exist, right? I
Right.
wouldn't necessarily be as in favor of a tight-knit formation like this. I'd want to maybe spread it out a little bit
Right.
if you're good enough at converging and getting 4 shots on things still.
Right, but
However,
keeping this essentially gives you an extra action in your squad,
yeah,
right? You get a
absolutely.
target lock out there for free.
Yeah, if you pump, 2 more. Actually, Jess's ability right there is why they killed that Torrent. She got that reroll.
Yep.
Got those rerolls in. The other potential option you can do with the T-70s, if you're willing to break the formation, right, is you could consider with this guy
Thank you, Game Tech.
doing a 3 bank to maybe get a block in on Mace or something of that nature. So if this Torrent does, the most likely thing the Torrent can do because it's stressed, the 3 banks are red.
Right.
So if you do a 3 bank with green, right, that leapfrogs this Torrent so it doesn't get bumped. You get an action. You do a 1 forward here, 1 forward here, 1 forward here, and suddenly action, 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 action. Mace might be blocked. If not, you'll have 3 range 1 shots on this Torrent and miss the block.
Right. So now, all right, let's see what happens here. So going 1 bank, just trying to muck up that formation.
Yep. Might be debating a barrel roll too.
Yeah. Well, he might be thinking if he thinks that Andy's willing to break up his formation,
Yeah.
one of the moves that you kind of see here might be a 4K if that fits. Which, looking at the top view, I think it actually definitely does. So that would block the 4Ks at the moment, right there, that barrel
Yeah.
roll. So I think that's what he was preventing there.
I would not want a 4K.
Well, I'm saying that it could
No,
be a
I'm with you.
possibility,
I know,
right?
I'm with you, though. I'm with you. All 1 forward.
All one forward.
All 1 forward.
There it is, 1 forward to victory.
Call me Tony Romo.
What does that make me?
You can be Nance.
Okay.
Nance is good.
All right.
You're the play-by-play, brother.
There.
You're also my best friend.
No. I have friends.
Yeah, you do.
All right. There is the 1 forward. We're going to drop and focus. Move the guys in the back now.
And I expect pain, like some pain from, like Anakin can come in and really lay the hurt on one of these guys now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so chunky. Like, I really don't, with those, even with 2 shots, I don't think he can wipe out green. I don't think he can initiative kill it. He might be able to. I don't know if he can.
That 1 extra shield on T70s compared to T65s
Huge.
make a huge difference.
Don't forget the heroic.
Yeah.
Oh, strong play here.
All right, he's coming in strong. He may. Did he get out of arc or green? Is it close enough?
Interesting choices here.
No, green has a shot there.
Yeah, he does.
Mace has nowhere to go.
Yeah, you take all these range 1 shots at Mace. He can't go anywhere. He's stuck.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? Andy's his like offset between these ships made it so that if blue was tighter up here, Mace would be able to fit a boost in there. And I think that's probably what Patrick is looking at right now, but it doesn't fit. It does not fit. And Patrick asked, they have 6 health?
And then he was
no,
like 7.
Like,
The Rebel beef, this is not. This is resistance beef.
That's right.
Man, that's a really rough spot for Mace to be in. I think, honestly, here's what I do. I think you lock blue, and then you get a range 1 shot with Anakin on blue.
Yeah, you just try to
and you hope you kill it. But, like, that's 8 dice and 7 health. You're getting 4 evade dice total over the 2 shots. I don't think not good odds that you kill something here. Or green. I said blue. I meant green.
Yep.
If Mace has the shot. He's taking a target lock. Yep. He's got to go for gold and try.
Yeah, I mean, he's full force here.
Yeah.
You try to make sure you have a fully modified shot.
It looks like blue. He must. If he determines that he doesn't have a shot on green, he takes the lock on blue, and then you take Anakin and try and take blue out.
Right.
And I think you need 3 of your ships to kill Anakin in the end game. And if he kills Mace here, he's in a good spot to do that.
All right, here comes Annie. He's going to have to use some fine-tuned controls in order to focus in on blue. But that, of course, puts him in Pink's arc.
I absolutely think that you just lock and barrel roll.
Yep.
Yep, and you don't care that he's in arc because Pink's not firing at him.
Right. They're going to be going into Mace.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything all into Mace. So Patrick really needs some good odds here to. Yep. So he's got both locks on blue here.
Yep. And that is Jess Pava, the most expensive of the
Yeah,
T70 X-Wings.
absolutely. Gonna
All
try to
right,
take
here
her
we go.
out.
Anakin trying again. 4 dice. That's
good
what
to me.
he's
That's
looking
that's a good
for.
start.
Not having to spend too much of that force.
1 evade.
She gets rerolls, but she only gets to reroll
Yeah.
once per turn.
Yeah, takes the shields.
Taking
That's
them
fine.
all.
That's fine. That's fine. Like, it's a really good chance here that. But
Mace,
this is,
range 1.
And Jess also doesn't have heroic. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
No crits. Thinking about spending that lock and conserving his focus for defense. Taking the lock.
Oh,
Hits,
worked out.
3 force for defense.
Worked out.
If he blanks
That should
out,
be 4, right?
it should be 4.
That's
it's
a
definitely
hit.
4. Yeah, it's 4. Yeah.
Jess would take 3, would leave her at 1, can choose to reroll now or save it for offense for one last big pop here.
Jess still has a focus as well. I think you go down to well, the thing is the torrent still has a shot at her, right?
Yep.
I think he's just gonna save it.
He's taking it.
Yeah.
Well, and Jess gets to fire before the torrent, so even if
Yes.
the torrent gets the last shot, she's going to make sure she has a fully modified shot.
Yeah. I mean, if you trade Mace if you traded Mace and a torrent for
Jess Pava, that's a good trade.
That's a pretty okay trade.
For Patrick.
Yeah.
Excuse me, not
No,
for Patrick, for Andy. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Takes
take the
all 3.
Yeah, you take the 3. You want that fully modded shot in a Mace. This is a lot of red.
All right. Here's green. Range 1 into Mace off that back corner.
Oh, they're going to have a judge just check it.
Just doing the double check. Let's go. We'll go to Skycam.
Really smart starting with green here, just to
think-
see if he does have the shot, because if not, you can just pop into that torrent. I think, yeah,
Is he
definitely
taking
range
a
1. Yep.
look, and he says yes. Range 1 shot into Mace Windu from green.
Here we go.
4 dice. Only has a focus.
That's pretty good.
2 hits and a crit. Spend
And
force,
one.
takes 2 shields.
All right.
Number 7,
Yellow.
also range 1. This is yellow. Spends force for 3.
That's a focus.
Excuse
sir.
me, focus. Sorry.
Oh, 2.
All
so
right,
now that's
the
half
Mace.
Mace.
This is all right.
I think Pink has a range 2 on Mace. That was good natties right there for Patrick. Still has 2 force.
Range 2 from Pink. Spends
2
again.
more.
2 more. And
Oh,
that
that's
is going to
big,
hurt
a
right there.
blank out.
Sitting at 1 hull.
Goes from 2 evades to 2 blanks.
And
So if Jess just
Pava hasn't shot yet.
and she's got fully modified shots, focus and rerolls. So if she gets 3, that's a dead Mace.
That's gone.
Spend the focus and doesn't have to. Oh, so he's not going to spend.
Yeah, he's
that
not even gonna
focus.
spend
Oh,
it.
I thought that was a blank there. So he's going to save
Yeah.
the focus for defense against. Yep.
Yep.
So that's a dead Mace. So he'll roll just for
Roll
the
to know how many cards.
Yep. Done. Mace is dead.
And ends stunned. Mace gets shoved out,
Out
the
of the
window.
Unlimited power. They're just seeing the torrent if it's a range 1 shot. Okay,
Range
so it is
2, 1 crit.
And
Jess
even if he
hasn't
rolls 2
used-
blanks, still got the droid.
Right.
But he's got spend the focus.
Spend the
Jess
focus,
still
you're fine.
lives. Wow. Andy, really great flying here with these 4 T70s. And this is one of those situations, right? We don't see a lot of tight-knit formation flying anymore. So a lot of players in X-Wing, like, again, nothing
They
against
don't know how
Patrick,
they know how to deal with
you're
it.
not really sure how to approach a block
Right.
like that. And you'd think, like, with the 4 Phantoms that we're seeing and, like, with something like this, this is something, if you're at your local game store and you want to do some reps against matchups, you really should consider going against blocks of ships,
Yeah.
either against a TIE Swarm or something like this, or even like Four Phantoms, as awful as that sounds, because these approaches, less so with Four Phantoms because the approaches kind of suck because it can go anywhere and it's a dumb thing that shouldn't exist in a month.
Right.
But this could exist in a month.
Oh, absolutely.
Like this squad right here.
Well, especially that it's been unknown, right?
Yeah, well, Resistance has been like Resistance as a whole has been like one of the least played factions,
Yes.
just period. And like none of these ships have made any blips. So if we're talking about point cost changes in July, this is something that could survive, the long night.
Well, did we just unleash quad T-70s onto the world today?
This is significantly more fair than Four Phantoms.
I'm just asking, did we do that?
I mean, maybe, but like it's just super fair. Like this is a super fair squad.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about it. Just really solid chassis. You need good formation flying, good approaches, good vectors. Andy has done everything correct in this game so far. Everything. And now...
You got Jess hanging out in one hole, but that means that Patrick's going to need to take an opportunity to actually waste a shot.
I think you
on
break the formation
Jess.
now. I think you break the formation.
It's the time?
Yeah, and you do a 4K with Jess. Okay, so 4K with Jess here. You got to be a little careful with this torrent, but it's stressed. I don't know if that torrent can block it necessarily. So because that dial's terrible. So maybe
It's pretty bad.
a 4K with Jess, one forward, one bank, or something. Because you want to be able to block Anakin's ability to hard turn in on Jess.
Yep. I think we probably get a sloop here from Anakin. A sloop towards the bottom of the board. He's unstressed. Probably gets range 1, rid of that stress, slap
Sure.
down a target lock again.
Yeah, a sloop with Anakin's pretty good there as well. Almost guarantees that bullseye based on, I think, the position that we have
because
right now.
assuming that the torrent stays in this area, it would be tough for the entire block to K-turn.
Yeah.
So I like the sloop here.
Yeah. Andy's in really strong position here. Another fun thing about these T-70s are they might just be durable enough to, on a range 3 engage. I was thinking about this versus Four Phantoms. It's pretty bad. This is a bad, because they're all I3. It's not great, these guys versus Four Phantoms, because they can wipe a T-70 off with that firepower. The juke's terrible.
Yes.
Rip.
All right.
I think you could consider, you could consider doing a Talon with green as well. This
To the right side?
Yeah, because now remember what I was saying before with what Patrick wanted to do was force the hand of the block to commit one way hard. The opposite's true now with Andy. You can actually now spread the formation because you want Anakin to start committing places.
Right.
Make it hard because again, 31 minutes left. If you kill that torrent, and the offense of the torrent's pretty inconsequential anyway, Anakin can only get one shot per turn. They might be good shots, might be very good shots, but it's still only one shot per turn. So it probably takes him 3 turns to kill a T-70, and even beyond that, right? We said that a full T-70 is worth more than a half Anakin.
Right.
So if you can get Anakin to half, right, and then if the time behooves you, and you have a full T-70 kind of kicking around and Anakin can't catch up to it and kill it, lots of win conditions. Andy has lots of win conditions right now. The primary one is still to kill everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There's that 3 Talon.
There's the Talon roll.
Yep, exactly.
And he didn't flip them all at the same time, so it looks like we're probably breaking the formation, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, all 4 of them
Yeah.
doing Talon rolls to the right is unblockable.
Sure. Can I get a top down for this one, Dion?
Sure. 4 forward for Jess Pava, just on the exit trajectory
yeah, she's
here.
getting out. She's getting out. She doesn't want to die. She's doing the bigs thing.
Yep.
The bigs thing. You just get out. Wouldn't even be surprised to see a boost here as well around that rock on the right side, or even maybe left up the board a little bit. think he's debating what he wants to do here.
You could either boost or focus. Those
It
are
all
the
depends on what
decisions.
Anakin's doing. Boosting to the right, that's what I would do too.
Mhm.
That probably means these bottom two T-70s are in positions where Anakin wouldn't be able to get
Yeah,
around
to
in
cover.
order. Yeah, to cover.
One
Yeah,
straights.
one straights would probably be fine. Yep.
There it is.
And one
One
forward.
straight. That blocks the 1 or the 2 bank up the corner there. Even the hard turns.
I mean, Anakin could absolutely be doing a sloop here, but yeah.
And you know what? The other risk here for Andy, I know that he's in the lead
Yeah.
here, is by breaking up this formation, these deltas are really good in getting into those tight spots.
Absolutely.
And arc dodging.
Sure.
Now, the question is, with 29 minutes, if Patrick can start being
Chipping.
a god and
Yeah.
start chipping away with Anakin
Yeah.
and just getting more and more rounds in, we could quickly see Patrick take a lead if he could start taking out some of these T-70s.
No doubt about that.
Gonna get him out of the way.
Ooh, interesting. 3 bank with Anakin. Clearly didn't want to get in any kind of trap or block or situation. I would still think the sloop would have been an easy choice there. Like a 2 sloop the other way, but it could be potentially a board situation I'm missing on the angle. But Anakin absolutely could boost left here and get a shot on green.
Trade shots with one of the
I
T-70s.
think maybe not. Maybe that arc doesn't swing enough around there.
I think it does.
I don't know. It's tight. That is close. But I think he'll still get it.
Yeah.
So he can move his lock off Jess. Jess does have the flexibility next turn to boogie out this way, too.
Yep.
Make Anakin chase her if he really wants her.
Drops the focus there.
Yeah.
Looking to be more defensive here. Needs to protect those half points
Yeah, and his
on
force.
Anakin.
We're getting an arc check on Anakin to green. I think he's got it. I think it just clips the side there. Yeah.
In arc at range 2. Here we go. We're entering the engagement phase. 3 on 2. Gonna go ahead and spend 1 force for 2.
No force on Anakin right now.
And that's going to be 2.
So 2 shields off
Chipping
green.
away. Yeah, Anakin is completely force starved.
You're checking if if yellow has a shot on the torrent. That's also really close. Not entirely certain. I think it's no, but so that torrent will survive and get a pretty nice shot.
Well, Pink's also sitting in front of his face, so.
That's what I'm saying.
2 crits and spends a focus.
1 shield on Anakin. It's 2 away from half now. Pink taking a really nice range 1 shot here. 2.
2 dice.
Not even a discussion on the focus.
And takes 2.
No heroic for that torrent.
No.
Patrick's green's not been great. This game.
But I mean,
But his torrent made
there
up
you go.
there a little
hit,
bit.
Hit, crit on the torrent.
Natties. So 1 shield into pink. Now Anakin's in a pretty precarious situation because these guys have space to potentially, like, you have blocking opportunities with green.
Yep.
You've got, hard turns here. Pink's in a great spot to do a hard turn.
Anakin's about to get crashed in on.
Yeah,
for
and then
sure.
Jess can do a 3 hard here and be like, "Hey, you wanna kill me?
Yeah.
Come at me if you
Come
want
at me,
it."
you coward.
Yeah. I think Anakin needs to. Man, Anakin's got to get out of here. I think you see another 3 bank with him out to get away from shots. But that means if he does that, guess who's chasing? You got these guys coming in to save Jess here.
Mm-hmm. Jess most likely is just hard 2 or hard 3 to the left. You boost. You just stay out of the way. You go. You make sure to put the ship that's being chased, right?
Yeah.
You put it in a spot where if Anakin's going to go to it,
Yeah.
you're going to get punished.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's really tough for me because Anakin could probably kill Jess, right? So I do think you do a 3 hard boost with Jess here and just keep her as bait. Do a 1 bank here, 1 bank here, and maybe a 2 hard here. think a 2 hard will get you behind the 1 bank without. I'd have to look at it, but if I determine that this 2 hard here gets me here, and then this bank is here, right? So you have an arc facing this way, an arc facing this way, an arc facing this way, and single shots. Anakin's not no student tier. Anakin's no,
Yeah.
like he only has 2.
First edition student tier. You're
Yeah,
talking
well,
about.
he only has 2 greens, so single shots can
Right.
plink shields off of him. Easy. He can't even do anything about his blanks. And he's force starved. That's the other huge
Yeah.
thing. He only has 1 force. He can't be spending force on evades either.
Right. If he had more force, he'd have the
Sure.
opportunity to
Yeah.
use the purple evade and sit there with 2 force and an
Yeah.
evade available, but not a reality here.
I think if Anakin were to do a 1 hard here, right?
Okay.
If he does a 1 hard there, he does have the flexibility to maybe barrel roll out of arc, which is why
I don't know, man. I think the 1 forward from green I feel
1
is
forward,
so obvious
1
that
forward
that's just
from green, 1 bank here, 2 hard there is what I would be considering. Anakin's in a bad spot right now. Yeah. I think 1 forward green, 1 bank yellow, 2 hard pink is what I would do if that fits.
Now, as we wait for these players to go, I want to remind you guys that this round is brought to you by Paw Creatives. Use coupon code Seattle2019 for 20% off, no minimums. The coupon lasts through Monday. Don't ask us on Tuesday or Wednesday, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure. You could see a Talon from this guy as well.
They have a 2 talent, I believe?
Yeah, and that's probably what I would do. You just got to get that trooper to maybe get continued shots on. Anakin could also, if he determines that like this is not good for him, he could do the old boop boop.
Yeah.
Like
He's got options to get out. He'll be able to get to range 2, though, but be able to avoid a couple of shots. But the question is, with 22 minutes, does that give you enough time to get all the way back
No,
around?
it doesn't. Andy has all of the advantages at this point in time. So let's see what that torrent does. I think Patrick's thinking about it. Losing Mace is rough there. Really rough. And remember what we were talking about earlier with Mace? You want to put yourself in position so that your opponent isn't sure where you'll go. Remember I said I didn't like that boost? If Mace had stayed here, right, instead of boosting, the following round he could have done a 1 bank and then still had shots. And then if he's sitting in this position, then Andy doesn't know if he's going to come forward or boogie out this way.
All right, let's go ahead and see what the Delta's doing. I think that is
I think it's the 2
that Talon roll.
Yep, it's that 2 Talon.
Get that arc out there.
Sure.
Come on, Troopa. That was really bad.
Troopa.
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 And that's why we're not voice actors for the Clone Wars.
Gold Squadron podcast. 1 forward there from green.
Yep. Covering that 1 hard that Anakin could do.
Covering a lot of things if Anakin tries to boogie out the other way, too.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do here? 1 bank.
That covers the 3 bank towards
covers,
the top of the board.
Covers the heavy chase against Jess. I think he just focus. Please tell me he did that too hard with pink. Oh, just a 1 bank. That's probably fine still, though.
Andy did call upon the powers of number pink, by the way.
He did.
I heard it there.
Pink. He covered the 1 hard in with this, and that's big because that means
The 2C7s, 2C.
The
Don't make fun of me. The 2 T70s that are covering the retreat, right? Who are covering Jess, they have cover.
yeah.
Closing those wings on Jess, giving him access to the barrel roll focus link.
Yes.
And just also access to the barrel roll action.
Yep. Three hard up. That's right. And she'll probably focus roll, let's see about that boost.
Well, he's going to barrel roll. That's why you close the wings.
Yeah. I think he's gonna roll in and focus.
And that gives him most. If Anakin did a larger turn,
Yeah.
gives him cover
Yeah.
behind the rock.
2 bank. 2
Two
sloop. Strong play.
I think he's out. Is he out of Pink's arc?
Yeah, that's why I would have done it too hard with Pink there instead.
That's a good move.
Yeah, that's why you do that
Good
too
move
hard.
by Patrick there.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
He didn't sloop earlier. He did it now, though.
I know.
Get some range 1. Only 1 force available. He's gonna be reaching for some natties here.
Yeah. No bullseye as well.
Oh,
the range 1 though to remove it.
it is range 1.
Yeah.
He's gonna get an action.
Yep. I wish he'd done the too hard with Pink.
Well, I guess was it not? It was not range 1.
Oh, that's interesting. Did he
Average.
not remove the stress with Anakin's ability there?
Got 1.
That was
Can
range
spend
1.
the focus.
Or maybe it's just bullseye with Anakin. I could be wrong. Save me, chat. So he'll
spends
spend
the focus. No damage.
No damage. That's still great for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one has any shots on Anakin here. But it's okay.
Oh,
Like,
he would have had he had bullseye on Pink though.
maybe.
He would have. No, he does for sure.
You sure? He might have just forgotten about Anakin's ability, and that's a
Yeah.
mistrigger if that's the case, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he...
Let's go 1 crit.
Oh, he only had
into
1
the-
force, though. He didn't want to spend the force to do it. I think
It is
that's why.
It is a
Yeah,
force. You are right.
That's why.
Hit crit. Torrent. Angry.
Heroic!
1.
1 shield. Or 1
That
crit.
is a crit.
Crit.
Blinded pilot. This is going into green.
Yep. Heroic saving the damage there.
And that is half points on that T-70.
Sure.
Blinded pilot.
At some point, Anakin needs to threaten again. So this
Yeah.
is another situation where I think you can maybe do Talon rolls with these guys here. It's tough. I actually, you know what? I know they focused here, which is fine. Right? Nothing wrong with that. I would have locked because you have the hull advantage. I would have locked on Anakin.
And you had no guarantee that you were going to get arc.
In case he arc dodges you, you have it for follow-ups. I mean, that's, again, I don't... The focus is not the wrong choice at all there whatsoever. But I would probably have focus there because I would probably have locked just because he sorry, I would have locked to have it for subsequent rounds.
I'm making fun of you for not talking.
Yeah, well, I was just watching you count your.
I was just double checking.
Yeah, you just double checking.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Well, you know what?
Pay attention to the screen. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
pay attention
working
to your
here.
screen.
Hey.
Okay. Dial's getting down pretty quickly here. I think Jess is continuing just to boogie out here. Probably a 2 bank to green to clear that stress. Anakin's probably just has to let Jess go at this point in time. He does still only have 1 force available to him. He's got R4, 2 force. Sorry, he's got R4, so a few more options there if he wants to do a 2 hard. That torrent's still a major pain for blocking purposes.
How did I see blinded pilot's not flipped over face up at the moment?
I'm not sure. I think it's at the end of. I don't think he has to. Does he need to take an action to flip blinded?
It's an action to flip blinded for sure. Well, they'll see if they notice it. We're not gonna bother. This is a really intense time. It probably gets caught here.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Actually, I'm gonna go bring it up
just
in case.
Just to be sure. Yeah, because that could be big later. Yeah, I think you just run with Jess. You just keep running because that means Anakin's got to chase. So 15 minutes left in the round, okay? We, on average, are getting about they're both players are playing not slow, but they are playing, a little bit cagier. So in my estimation, I think we might get 4 or 5 rounds, right? Anakin can kill probably green, and Jess could probably be dead. But, in 5 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, is that enough time for Anakin to being only worth 80 points. What's Patrick's? Does he have a bid at all or anything?
I'm sorry.
Does Patrick have a bid?
Patrick?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the list. He was at 197
bid,
points.
Yeah. Still not enough though when he, in terms of points destroyed, right? To be able to push himself. If he only kills green and only kills Jess and doesn't get anything else on these other guys, that isn't enough. Let's say he gets half of pink. Half of pink would be 20, 25?
Yeah.
Yeah,
25 because you round up on half points now.
So 25 plus 49, 74. He'd be ahead if he got half of pink and killed everything else and loses the torrent.
All right, torrent going 1 bank. Going to be in a pursuing position for both pink and yellow on the T70s.
Yes.
Should make it there. Probably just slaps down a focus.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to barrel roll.
Barrel roll, okay. Getting in the way of green. I think Anakin's going to try to pop him here.
Sure. I may have considered a 4K with green, if I'm being totally honest.
That's a great move.
So 4K with yellow, which is fine. You got to get yourself in position to pursue Anakin. And cut him off maybe if he does that too hard, though. Too hard this way would be bad news bears because he could barrel roll.
Yep.
Yep, 2 bank with Jess. That's the easiest call because it clears that stress. Now she can just boost up.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got this.
Yeah. Well, that's 52 points. If you look at the game state right now, there's a bunch of points. Not 52, I guess. Sorry, 26 points hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
If Anakin can clip one of these T70s,
a Talon roll.
Oh, nice.
And a Talon roll back, I think, might get him out of arc of that torrent. He might be in arc either way.
Yeah.
Saying of that torrent.
Now it's about just being in a more annoying place for Anakin.
Yeah. He's going to leave it back. So that's a stress green. Torrent's going to have a really nice shot on him.
Mm-hmm. Range 1.
Another 1 bank here. I might have done it too hard there as well.
Well, look what he's doing. He made a kill box for Anakin.
Yeah.
If Anakin does anything slow, he's taking multiple range 1 shots.
Or Anakin has no shot. That's the difference. If Anakin arc
True.
dodges everything, he'll have no shot unless it's another. Unless it's a 5K within. Oh, he can't K-turn. He's stressed.
Yep.
Easy. Not. See? So he's going forward, right? But there's no way that he can get a shot. And Anakin not getting a shot is fine with Andy.
Yep.
It's a really tough puzzle for Patrick to solve because he's got to do damage on these guys without getting shot at by 3 of them. And also, here's the other thing. Let's say Anakin isn't very careful, right? And Anakin's like, okay, I'm going to turn around and work on these guys. He put his butt here. Jess could decide, you know what, maybe I'll take a pot shot too. Yo, that sausage, though, that was dope. I want that. I love you, Kalen. Yeah, that's great. Do you like sausage, Dion?
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay, well, get anything. Whatever Dion wants.
Cheese? Get some cheese? Half a half. Come on, they got to do half a half.
Do half a half?
Oh.
Yes. You want that deep dish, right?
Easy sauce. Light sauce.
Light sauce pepperoni. Do you want deep dish or regular?
Alrighty.
I should have put my mic up when I was talking about you not wanting sausage. My bad.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Yellow.
Yellow taking a shot on Anakin. Ooh. 2 crits.
Crit. Force?
Yep.
He's
easy.
got it.
That's an easy choice.
Thank the Force.
Thank the Force. Yep, no other shots for those T70s. 10 minutes left. I don't think we get those 5 rounds in either. I was talking about they're going about 5 minutes a round right now.
Yeah, it's got maybe 2 to 3 more. 3 hits coming in.
Heroic.
Got him. Heroic
Takes
takes 2
two
on
instead of 3. So
It's
he's
on
got
green.
1
He's living
left.
on 1.
That heroic
Saved him, man.
That heroic has saved him 2 damage.
Yes. And I know there's a question about whether or not heroic works with blinded pilot.
Oh.
Actually, would he have been able to do that?
Mod, is that any mod or is that just attack dice? There's a difference.
Let's double where's the blinded pilot text? That's what we need.
I don't know.
I think it's fine. I think it's just attacking, right?
I don't know.
It's just attacking.
only attacking.
It's just
It's
attack.
just
Yeah,
attacking.
it's just
It's just
attack.
attacking.
We're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
he can't heroic.
This is fine. He can't
heroic
heroic
on,
attack dice.
Yeah, on offense, but defensively he's fine. He's just closing his eyes like, I'm so heroic. Blood arbor me.
Yep. Oddball Narwhal. I love this. So you can be both blind and heroic. Haven't you heard of Daredevil?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Great reference.
So again, both of the Patrick is got to do something to get himself some points here. And I think that torrent, I've had enough of that if I'm Andy as well.
This thing has caused enough ruckus.
So we're going here. The
Sloop, yeah?
Yeah, it's a sloop. He's got to do something. He's got to get this damage in. And I think if he sloops, you might be the torrent's in here to cause some ruckus. Just do a 1 bank here, right? Or you could do a 2 forward if you feel that strongly about catching Anakin. 2 forward might be fine. 1 bank or 2 forward there. This guy, I think a 4. If you determine a 4K keeps you on the board, that's absolutely what you do. I'm not sure about the. I don't know about the initial rock placement.
Yeah.
But 1.
I don't think so.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't think so.
I'm not flying a full health pink off the board, so.
Oopsie, you win, Patrick.
But a 3 talent is almost as good there. Yeah, 1 forward. Trying to just cause havoc with that torrent now.
Be in the way. Focus. That is no more defense. All out offense, baby.
Had enough of that.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yep, 1 bank. Good choice.
Might have arc dodged the.
Very well could have.
Yeah, sure did.
Just a 1 bank bump. That's okay.
Takes away a shot, but also not.
That's
Green
okay.
isn't getting shot by the by the torrent, which is really what he was looking
and
for.
Anakin would have to waste a shot on green to take it out. Oh, he wasn't. I just heard him say, "I wasn't sure about the 4K, so I just did a 1 bank."
All right, you know what? This is good for the torrent, though. Only taking 1 shot from yellow, but also not getting any shots.
Yeah.
So Patrick's going to need to make sure that his shot with Anakin, assuming he does the sloop, gets green off the stable. 6 minutes left in the round. Does he actually have enough time to climb back up?
We're at about 5 minutes around right now. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. The pace of play has just not been there for him. He'll remove the stress with the bullseye. I think he... let's just focus, yeah. Patrick's going to try to pick up the pace a little bit here, too. I think he might be considering that focus. He's okay.
If you see any friends out there watching on YouTube, looks like YouTube's having some server issues. So tell them to come watch on Twitch. 1 of each.
Yep,
Spending the lock.
2
Got
onto
2.
Yellow, I think. 1. Yellow taking a shield. Or not yellow, that's pink. It was pink.
Yep.
Pink takes 1 shield. Yep, yellow going into that torrent. Oh, 1 away from
Whiff.
heroic, just 1.
Got
evaded.
it.
Seeing if he has a shot back at him. I don't think he does
I don't think
based
so
on the
either.
overhead. Nope, they're in the cleanup phase.
5 minutes left in the round, just called by the judge, wearing the Patrick forgetting that he had a focus next to
Yeah.
Anakin.
I spent a force instead.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, he didn't spend anything.
Oh,
He didn't spend anything on the
you're right,
focus.
you
He just
didn't.
left it.
Yeah, you did.
I was maybe thinking he thought yellow had a shot on
Yeah,
him, but
yeah.
I think it was just a missed
Yeah, he
opportunity
spent
there.
the lock on both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, the lock should be off of.
Yeah. And if you guys are wondering why didn't he shoot at green, when you're this far behind, I think he was trying to chip away and get another half.
Get
of
another half
ship,
points,
and
yeah.
maybe the torrent can finish green instead.
Yep.
Obviously, you want to try and take out ships when you can, but if you can use really good shots to lower the squad as a whole, if he gets half on a bunch of these guys and maybe a couple destroyed,
Yep.
he's got a half pink and kill green for his win condition without losing that torrent. Really tough to do that. And the way the dials are shaking out, Andy and Gage, I think this might be the last round, guys. I think this might be the last round. I'm not sure that Patrick will have enough firepower. He needs another round in order to.
Yeah, that's really the big issue here.
Half pink, kill green, and if Andy's aware that that's the win condition, he's got to make sure that pink remains safe from getting halved.
Yeah, just got to get in Anakin's face, right?
Sure.
It's like boxing. You know,
Yeah.
you try to get as close as possible. That's almost the safest
Yeah.
place to be. You hug them. You're hurting me. Give me a
Yeah,
hug.
you can't, and that torrent can't take another damage either because if he does, he halves it.
Yep.
A torrent, so it's really rough. A lot of tough options for Patrick. He just got a little too far behind. Losing
Yeah,
Mace
but
killed him.
Forgetting that focus though really hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Because he would have had another shield.
Yep.
He would have been one away from half.
Yep.
You get green the next turn. That gives
Absolutely.
him the lead.
It does.
Assuming that the torrent doesn't take any damage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good luck, man.
Just a too hard there.
Too hard. It will fit.
But it'll bump.
Yeah.
It'll fit between the ships, but it'll bump. I think they might be trying to maybe speed the round up a little bit. Try
Yeah.
to get one more on. You see Patrick trying to be quick about it, but it's tough. But the ships all have to move. We have to go through the engagement phase. Really tough. Jess totally safe. She's just cruising. I think.
Yeah.
What music think Jess is listening to right now? Got the Cantina band in there.
America.
Oh, is that what she's listening? What is this station I picked up? This planet is weird.
Route 66. Because she's just soaring. T-roll.
Yep. Talon roll with pink. Oh no, just a 3. That's a good move too.
There you go. All right.
Just
And-
get out.
Closed wings, it looks like. Might be barrel rolling in towards Anakin and focusing.
Yep. Out. And
Going to the
forward.
outside. Okay.
Yeah.
Andy's beard, OP, please
Yeah.
nerf.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where beards are where people hold their power.
That's right.
You need more. You need more, Dion.
I think I have my awesome goatee.
You do.
Inspired by Antonio Banderas, by the way. Not a lot of people don't know that. That's
Antonio
100%
Banderas is
the
man.
truth.
What is this? This is a 4K? No, yeah, 4K.
4K, trying to find some Anakin.
Strong move. And then the green is going to. Nice moves. Really good maneuvers. This might clinch it for Andy here,
Yeah.
barring some extraordinary variance.
Because the move, before green move, you were thinking, one bank might be really nice.
Yeah.
I think green might actually cause that to be a block.
Honestly, if there are no shots, though, we might get another round. But 30 seconds left. Really tight. Oh, Jess. Oh, man. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yep. This is going to be the last round. 20 seconds.
Yep.
Patrick has to move like lightning through these dice rolls, but
No, it's not going to be
It's
enough.
not gonna happen.
Because he's actually going to have a shot.
there's the bump.
It's almost better that he doesn't have a shot. Yeah.
And that's going to be
He
time
could forego shooting, though.
in the round.
Yeah, I think that's going to clinch it.
Officially cause it. Last few shots here.
Checking pink.
Yep.
Yeah, pink's out. Really good play there.
Mm-hmm.
Look how clean Andy was. Moving quick. Like, he
Yep.
had those dials down fast every round.
Oh, yeah. And
Really good flying.
He's got a
around.
range 1 into yellow, but
Yeah, won't be enough.
he's going for the uppercut, looking for
Yeah.
the miracle.
Yeah.
Spends for 3. That's not going to be enough.
No. 1,
Takes 2
2,
onto
and
yellow.
that'll do it. Andy will win with the Jesse's girls. Is that what we want to? Is that what
Jesse's girls.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's gonna fire at that torrent.
He wants
To
it.
finish it off.
Finish him.
This one.
The
And one of
torrent
eight.
lives.
That's it. And Andy will move on with Resistance Heroes.
Well, I want to say thank you so much to Andy and Patrick for playing this game. It
Great game.
It was a great game. 2 awesome lists.
Yeah.
And Andy moves on to the top 4.
And I want to say again how clutch Heroic was.
Yeah.
Saving green.
Yep, absolutely.
That's a huge, massive. This is amazing. I can't wait to see how this goes for the rest of the day for Andy. Though, man, 4 Phantoms would be a tough draw. Tough draw.
Yep. All right, guys. So today we've given away this weekend we gave away all of our stretch goal prizes, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you to just everybody who has subbed. I want to remind you guys, if you haven't yet, to go ahead and do that. If you have Amazon Prime, you can do that every 30 days by connecting your Amazon Prime to Twitch. I'm going to punch Brian. It's going to happen. And you're just like, oh. All right. Yeah, so thank you to everybody. Now, today, after the final, we're going to be doing our patron exclusive, both for new patrons and for legacy
Oh my
patrons,
gosh.
giveaway. So we're going to be doing that then. But we got some stuff for you guys. I want to remind you guys that today, our giveaways are brought to you by our patrons. Largest group of supporters we have, and they're the ones that really make all of these things possible.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do some giveaways here.
Oh, I'm super excited.
All right. Oh, I just made that whole stack of tokens.
Yeah,
fall
you
down.
did.
All right. Let's make this quick.
Ooh, I like that
'Cause we got-
one. I like those ones. Yeah, those are good too. Ooh, one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's nice. Those are some nice.
That's not going to close. Whatever. All right. Let's do it.
We got to sign some of these Dion at some point. We need the Dion Morales, the
Signature.
the signature series. We need the Dion signature series. Hey, chat, you want the Dion signature series, don't you? I bet you do. I bet you do. Give me gunboats if you want the Dion signature series.
They're gunboating for
Yes,
the
I know.
you manipulated the chat.
That's what I want. Look at everyone saying yes. Everyone wants yes. Yes, yes, yes. They'd be so rare. You do like
Signature series.
one every game. Oh, it'd be so good. The Dion signature series. Look at everyone saying yes.
Now I need a gold Sharpie.
Yeah, you do. Gold Squadron, Gold Sharpie. The content makes itself, Dion. It makes itself.
I don't have a gold Sharpie. You can't do it.
Maybe not this time, but the
Not
next
today.
one.
All right.
Tease for the future.
There you go. All right. So let's go ahead and give away some cards. You ready, Ryan?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. First one is Quick Draw. This is
Boom.
one of our GSP Quick Draws. Go for it.
Here we go. By Monokur. Monokur.
Congratulations! Exclamation point win in the chat in order to fill out the prize form and give me your address and stuff.
That's right.
Did you know that Quick Draw is modeled after my wife?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
She looks like she's pointing and shouting very intensely. So was that intentional?
Well,
was
so-
that intentional, Dion?
Yes,
That she was
it's
pointing and shouting angrily?
Yes, it was. It's opposite. My wife is so
Can
calm.
we get a clip chat, a Twitch clip of that?
Well, of course, you're going to cut off this part where I say that the reason is because it's complete opposite, right?
Complete. We'll edit that. We'll edit that part out. Okay, what do we got
She's
next?
super calm. We got another Quick Draw.
Oh, another quick draw.
Another Mrs. Morales.
Another angry yelling person. That's going to
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca 40.
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, wait, are we doing that?
You missed it. No, you missed.
All right, here we go. Next one.
All right, next one. We have part of our Inks series.
Man, an ink signature series would be really cool. All right, next.
we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi.
And the winner is Rebel Diplomat.
There it is.
I didn't know where the space. Well, it could be Rebelled Diplomat.
No, that's clearly Rebel
It's
Diplomat.
clearly Rebel Diplomat, but I couldn't tell at first glance. Rebel Diplomat.
Man.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. And we have another one of those malls.
And that's going to Professor Tracksuit.
Professor Tracksuit. Only the best tracksuit.
Due to a radioactive accident on the track, his suit has melded to him, and now he has all the powers of a high school track star
in the body of
in the body of a 45-year-old man
who teaches chemistry.
who teaches chemistry. He's a professor.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent.
All right, now provided by Onyx Squadron, we have a couple of Lando Calrissians.
Ooh, I like Lando.
We got two of these.
I like Lando.
Who gets the first one?
Here we go. The first one is going to CTS Johns.
Johnza.
CTS Johns.
And the next one.
And the next one's going to Folium 2. Foleym 2. And the moment I pressed roll it, a Gold Squadron gunboat came up, so you know the powers.
Yeah.
And now the last one. What we got, man? This is nice.
All right, so I think I have maybe two other of these left because the artist sent them to me.
Very nice.
Thank you to Alex T in Australia, which will be at.
I might not be.
You might not be.
I might not be.
I will be at.
I'm gonna see if I can go.
hope you're there.
I know, baby. I know. I want to go to. I really want to go to the Grand. I want to see when that Grand date is to try and go there. But this is what we got. We got Darth Vader from Australia.
Holographic
Mate.
Darth Vader.
Look at that. It's super shiny.
Super shiny.
And this holographic Vader is
Holo
going
Vader.
to Zeke 71126.
Boom. There it is. So congratulations to everybody who got one of these
that stuff.
One of these gifts.
Gifts.
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
Okay, you got a gift. If you know why I'm saying this word, maybe you know. We'll talk more about that later. That's another day. But anyway,
Another day.
If you want to get more gifts
More gifts.
from us, we give gifts to our patrons.
We do.
We give lots of gifts to our patrons. And here are some
do.
of the examples of some of the stuff we got. So if you want to
Well-
be a part, they don't get me.
Oh yeah, they do. They get all you, man.
Alrighty. You can go to patreon.com/Gold Squadron, and also anybody who is signed up for
Sure.
this awesome gift list
Gift list.
is going to be part of the gift giveaway
Gift giveaway.
later today.
Boom.